Hi, this is Coulter. I'm the originator of this practice, Trinity Energy Progression. It's rapidly emerging spiritual practice and energy healing modality, and going live with a series of these little mini blips because we have a lot of stuff going on right now that is tremendously different, tremendous change, spiritually, energetically, metaphysically, and physically. And look at the world around us. I hear a lot of stuff going on out there that has to do with, people talking about, oh my gosh, look at this. And it doesn't matter how practical 3D you want to go to how out there you want to go outside of 3D. So you want to go to things like, people talking about the inauguration in the United States tomorrow. Lots of controversy there, right? We have huge spiritual metaphysical changes going on in this reality right now that are coming, that are going to change the context, my understanding of everything that we do. And so I see a lot of stuff out there on Facebook and on social media and just out in the general public where many are talking about things like, I see this all the time, posts like, oh, make sure you're really protected, right? I come across people and they're wearing, all kinds of crystals and amulets and stuff like that, and I see things like, I saw a post yesterday about, oh, make sure because this timeline is shifting and these energies are coming to surface, make sure anybody who has that energy is is protected tenfold, or set up your protection tenfold from what it was, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm really guided to go out there right now, to come out here right now and talk to you a little bit about this. Because there is a very different way of protecting ourselves, And it's a very different way than many have done here traditionally. And it's a very different way that we teach also and discuss in the Trinity Energy Progression practice. And that is, here's the thing. My guidance that came to me years ago was, it's time to stop making bubbles. It's time for us to stop putting up shields. Because when we do that, we only create more separation. And if we are at the point of resolving separation, then it's time for us to change the way we do things. So then when I tell people that, they say, well, then how do you protect yourself? Because that's what we feel like we have to do, because we feel this impeding of other people on our energy. We feel, many of us who are spiritually open and conscious call ourselves empathic. I mean, we're all empathic because we're all connected as one, and the more we allow it, the more we can feel it. But it's our personal choice. Believe it or not, it is actually our personal choice at some level of consciousness as to why and how much we are taking on other people's stuff or the collective stuff or anything like that. So number one, we don't have to do that. We can change it. We can change it. You're not, punished or sentenced to a lifetime of having taken it. Because believe me, I know. I was like a big blubbering mess when I was a little kid, because I could feel everything around me and I took it in. Okay, so what happens with this practice, and it's just not even just within this practice, this is a very different way of thinking about things that I'm asking you to consider, because it's time for us to do it differently in a more expansive way. And if we are to promote unity and unconditional love, that means everything in our reality is part of that. It means that every being or consciousness, no matter how dark or what the ego wants to consider decrepit is still part of the divine, just as we are. We are all part of that the divine expresses who we are. So in recognition of that, and coming to a place of resolution and completion of the separation, and the belief that we have to put up bubbles and shields and all kinds of stuff to separate us, when we come from the perspective that everything is the divine, we can hold our space without allowing others to take on to push their stuff onto us. Okay, we can also. So what I call it is, it's going from being the sponge to being the lighthouse. Okay. Now I've worked with a lot of different people over the years, a lot of different situations. I've worked in some very dark places. I've worked with, house clearings and some very dark beings and some very what we would consider all that kind of stuff. And this method is very effective no matter what the situation has been, okay? So what we do is this. We do a little mini, and to do this without having the practice under your belt, I can do this because I teach this to almost every client I come across, every person I work with. So we can close our eyes. Okay, let me just do this little mini meditation with you right now, because this, from here, we can do this different kind of protection as you might be able to experience it. And it's far more powerful, by the way, than anything else we've done. Far more powerful, and it's easier, okay? So just close your eyes, take a deep breath. Now breathe in as if you're breathing into your heart. And breathe out everything negative, everything toxic. And let that just dissolve into light as you do that. Breathe in and see or feel an amazing, brilliant light coming from the center of your heart. This is your light of divine, unconditional love. This is the core of who you are. And as you breathe in, see or feel that light expand in your chest, saturating it, filling up and saturating every cell and in between every cell. This divine, unconditional love. Breathe in, expand that light now to fill your torso, every cell and in between every cell, in this amazing light of unconditional love. Breathe in now, expand that light down your arms, into your hands and fingers, up your head, neck, and into your head, until your entire upper body is saturated, every cell and in between every cell, in this brilliant light of divinity and unconditional love. Breathe in, expand that light down your legs, into your feet and toes. Until this light saturates your entire physical body, every cell and in between every cell. This brilliant, beautiful light. Breathe in, expand that light out beyond your physical body, into the energy field around you, and let it emanate out as the brilliant divine light that it is. And in your mind, see or feel a dimmer switch. You can just turn that dimmer switch way up. So you are the lighthouse of light, divinity, and unconditional love. You breathe in, brighten that light even more. In pure unconditional love. And as we sit in this space, we anchor it in as our baseline norm. And we set the intention now. I am the lighthouse. I hold this space as my own, infinitely and easily. All who try to diminish my light, instead increase it. And all who would like to enter my space may do so, as long as they match my vibration or higher in unconditional love. I set this for now and always. And let's hold this here and feel this light as we anchor this in. For you and all of us. Now holding this space and keeping it as bright and emanating, and with the intention and reality of you being the lighthouse of divine unconditional love. Come back to your body. Take a deep breath and again feel that light. Being as you are. And then open your eyes. It's as simple as that. Very easy exercise, very effective, and very powerful. So there's many things to talk about beyond this. Oh, thanks for the heart. Hey. There are many things to talk about beyond this, but like I said, my guidance was because there's so much of this weird drama going on about, because we have so much, collectively we are at a huge shift, and there's a little bit of anxiousness going on at the collective level, and many of us are feeling it, and if we allow it to come into our space, if we allow others to come into our space and lower the vibration, then we get dragged down into it, and we don't need to do that. We're here to be the lighthouses. We're here to be the ones who are holding the space to help others rise up. And when we do that, then we don't have to do anything else, and we can just be the lighthouse. So on that, I'm going to go. Thank you for joining me. Please pass this on. Join us back here because we're going to be starting to post a lot of little things about Trinity Energy Progression, the practice, the modality, and a lot of things that from the foundations of understanding of this practice are very different than what we've done traditionally, because it's to help shepherd us into this new age in a very progressive, expansive way of basing our reality. Oh, thanks, Lauren. You're welcome. So have a great one. Pass it on. And again, check out trinityenergyprogression.com. I have a class coming up February 3rd to 5th in Raleigh, North Carolina. There's one coming up the weekend of February 10th, the following weekend in Richardson, Texas, and then another one coming up in March in Dallas, Texas. So check out the website, and you can find me there, or my other sites are listed there. So have a great one. Thanks a lot. Love you all. Bye.